Geoff, with the help of PSL Data Track, based on my quote for £6.50 piece, I know you weren't convinced. I've won the business. What happens next?
Okay, so if we can fast forward to the fact the job's been machined.
Yep.
Okay, and one example of saving time is we've now got to send the job out for plating. Now, that could be a time-consuming process. How do you know what the plating process is? How do you know what the spec should be, and so on? So, if we now, from the works order that job card belongs to, if we jump to the purchasing part of the system, first thing the system will do is check, are there any purchase orders already placed that relate to that job? No, but you know now you're not going to duplicate what somebody else has just done.
Okay.
So I'll clear that. If I now go to raise a new order, the system can filter the list of suppliers down to just those that relate to this particular job,
Okay.
and we could expand it if we need to. So if I choose the nickel plating company, the point I do select it, this is optional, we can then pop up their supplier stats. How many non-conformances have there been against their account? What's their on-time delivery like?
Right.
And you can decide whether to proceed or not.
Quick question, nickel plating company, but I know I've got 4 or 5 plating companies on my system, but I can choose from them earlier on in the system?
Oh, you can do.
Yep.
When you define the quotation and therefore the layout, you can specify which subcontractor you want to use for that process. And it
Okay.
may vary based on components as well.
Okay. And where does this data come from?
It's all feeding from the quotation.
Right, okay.
So again, it's about that quote being the master
Get the
definition.
quote right, done.
Yeah.
Nice and
And this is how we don't have to rekey anything. So if I now click up here to add a line to this purchase order, you'll see that as I go to type this in, I don't actually rekey any information at all. I can select the plating specification. I can confirm how many pieces we're sending out. If we just go through that and finish that line. Optionally, we can open a copy of the component drawing to send that with the purchase order if we need to. Okay, and if we put the purchase order up on the screen, and you can see the exact spec.
Nice and simple.
Straight through.
Email it over because we don't want to waste paper.
Email it over.
Geoff, you're whizzing around there really quickly. I've purchased this system. Am I going to be up to speed like that in a couple of weeks?
You will be sooner than you think, but that comes down to some training and familiarisation.
Okay. Now another quick question. Love the system. I've got my own little sort of nuances that I want. I've had a little play around. It's all gone a bit wrong.
Okay, so if you've made a mistake within the software in terms of data you've put in and so on, don't know what to do, call the helpline. We'll then help you with the best actions. The system configurable. So although we suggest customers don't adjust the configuration, it could happen. We keep mirrored configuration of every system we supply. Right. So although the systems can vary, when we take a support call, we can run that particular customer system, not just a generic system.
Excellent. So you've always got that safety backup.
We have.
Brilliant. So making me more profitable, more efficient, PSL Data Track.
Thank you, Colin.